Wish I had better lighting in this room, but get a better look at the painting. But we can get a pretty good look at this right here. Grandma Ray. Yes. Yo. Birth week, day 4. Time to make the fucking video. First of all, shout out to Rugby. Happy birthday, Rugby. I think it'll actually be your birthday by the time this video goes live. So, happy birthday, Rugby. And, there's this. Perfect shot. No music this time because I'm probably going to use the majority of this video explaining the masterpiece. So its story begins sometime in the late 60s, early 70s. I'm not for sure. I wasn't born until 76. Yes, that's right. This is my 40th birth week. That's why I'm drinking them 40s. No, I'm drinking 40s because I like to drink 40s. It is my 40th birth week. 40. But yeah, so the painting story begins sometime in late 60s, early 70s. Ray is the mother of a childhood friend of my mother. Actually, I don't know if they were high school or all the way back into childhood, you know, whatever. They knew each other at least as far back as high school. That would be my Aunt Sue. We call her Aunt Sue. We're not actually related, but that would be my Aunt Sue. So, back in those days, things like manic depression weren't well understood. And Grandma Ray had a condition that nowadays we suspect it was probably manic depression. Back in those days, they gave medicine for that kind of condition that probably wasn't real good for you. As you might suspect, sometimes she didn't take her medicine because it wasn't good for her. As I was told, the story that I was told was that when she didn't take her medicine, this was the sort of work that she painted. Now, when she did take her medicine and she was, you know, normal and more functioning, she did some very, very beautiful still life sort of work. Very beautiful work. This painting here, I was told by one of her granddaughters, who found me years later because of the painting. I was told by one of her granddaughters that it was probably her first piece of work. So how did it come to be in my hands? Well, sometime in the later 70s, probably it was 78, 79 maybe, my mother was renting an apartment that was owned by Grandma Ray. Grandma Ray was renting my mother an apartment. And this painting was in it. She had given it to her son originally, I think was the story, and her son, he moved out and maybe he didn't want the painting, or I'm not for sure how that goes, but the painting was there when we moved in, and she said we could have it, so we kept it. Over the years, has traveled far and wide with us. That apartment that I was referring to was actually in Des Moines, Iowa, if I'm not mistaken. At some point, the painting was in Des Moines, Iowa with us. Then we moved to Illinois. Then we moved to New Mexico. Then we moved back to Illinois. And then we moved to Missouri. This painting is hung in my living room for as far back as I can remember in my life. Literally, all my life I can remember this painting hanging in my living room. As my brothers and I grew up, and our father passed and our mom moved on with her life, and we all kind of went our separate ways, and it came time to divide up the priceless family heirlooms, I chose to take this. There was some dispute, and to this day there is some dispute. Save the Polar Bears will to the end of time try to get me to come off of this painting, but it'll be my cold dead hands, motherfucker. I have in fact traveled a 1,000-mile round trip on 2 separate occasions to recover this painting after I relocated. To transport just this painting by itself to ensure that it was not harmed in any way. As an adult, let's see, maybe it was 2010, and you know, with Facebook and such, one of the granddaughters of the woman who painted this, and now when we were kids, like in early grade school, we grew up together like cousins, and over the years we lost track of each other through all these moves and such. Thanks to Facebook, one of the 2 granddaughters that I knew well of the woman who painted it found me on Facebook and friended me, got to talking, you know, oh hey, yeah, that's you, we are, who we think we are to each other. Yes, that's great. We reconnected, got our families reconnected. And looking through my pictures, I have many, many, many pictures of this painting. Almost every picture of me, this painting's in it. And she's like, wow, is that my Grandma Ray's painting? Her and her sister both were like, oh, well, I'd like to have that back. No, I'm sorry, girls. I'm sorry. If anybody could stake a claim to it, it would be those girls. Those women. They're not girls, they're grown-ass women. And much as I'd like to reunite them with it, I can't bear to let it go. And that's the story of the painting. Label out or get knocked the fuck out.